But let's go ahead and start off with America's team. That's right, I said America's team. Super Bowl bound Dallas Cowboys. Their schedule looks somewhat favorable up on surface, but when you dive into it, like really break it down, it is not a really easy schedule whatsoever. But they do start opening night here versus Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They travel to Tampa to take on Tom Brady and the Bucs. So, Tori, who do you got winning this game and why?
I mean, it's pretty obvious in that one. Dak's coming back off of an injury. You got Tom Brady and did I mention 22 starters coming back
Right.
for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? So yeah, I'm give me the Tampa Bay Buccaneers all day, which is going to set the tone for that Dallas Cowboys season all year long. The woulda, coulda, shoulda,
Wow.
but this is who we are.
Wow. You're already dropping shots here for there's no reason at all for that. But Dak Prescott is coming off a horrific injury, so I'm kind of curious to see how he does through preseason. If he's struggling through preseason, I think the Cowboys are going to win this game. If Dak Prescott struggles through preseason, just because there'll be that hunger and how the Cowboys are going to win a lot of games is not through the air. It is letting Zeke eat. So if Dak Prescott struggles through preseason, Zeke Elliott is going to eat a lot in the first 3 to 4 weeks of the season. But I anticipate Dak Prescott having a great preseason, looking much of old. So I'm going to give the Tampa Bay Buccaneers a win in this first week. And many people say the Super Bowl hangover is real. Like after you win the Super Bowl, you don't get back there.
Not with Tom Brady,
but the Chiefs, they won the Super Bowl and they made it back there. So maybe
I have said it time and time again, and I've said it to you, and you've called me crazy. Ezekiel Elliott is the most overrated running back in the NFL.
Well, here in a couple weeks after we break down all of these schedules, we are going to give our top players in the league, position wide receiver, a tight end, running back, quarterback. So we will see where Zeke Elliott falls, and I anticipate being in the top 5 100%. So there, Tori, we both had them going 0-1 to start the season. Week number 2, they travel to LA to take on the Chargers. Again, this is a Sunday game. So who you got winning this one?
I got the Chargers winning this game. Chargers with Matthew Stafford become that much more dangerous. And there again, coming from the central time zone, going to the West Coast time, it should not have that much of an effect. But it's only 2 hours. However, have going through that before, it affects you. It will affect you, especially if you go on Wednesday. It throws your timing off. It throws your schedule off. It throws everything off. So I actually have the Cowboys losing this game and starting the season 0-2.
So not to rain on your parade or anything, but Matthew Stafford plays for the Rams. He doesn't play for the Chargers.
Excuse me, Justin Herbert.
Yeah.
But there again, the Chargers are probably one of the best teams in the NFL this year. If it was not for the Chiefs being in the same division as them, they would probably be the number 2 seed in all of the NFL.
Wow, I have never heard such a false statement come out of somebody's mouth before in my life. I mean, the Chargers are not going to be a very good team this year. Last year, they just caught people off of surprise, and they're going to come crashing back out into reality, much like the Houston Texans did last season. But I think let's get back to the Dallas Cowboys here. I think the Dallas Cowboys learn a lot from that Week 1 loss to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and they learn how to run the ball. They're going to get the recipe for the Cowboys to win a lot of games this season is to give the Zeke the ball 20-plus times a game, whether that be through the air or on the ground. Zeke has to touch the ball.
Have you watched Mike McCarthy coach?
Yes.
He does not run the ball. He tosses it. He will throw it. He runs the same 15 plays. I know Mike McCarthy inside out being a Packer fan.
Well,
the man has not changed at all going to Dallas.
If
he runs the exact same plays.
If he wants to win, he'll give Zeke the ball, and I think the Cowboys win week 3.
But he won't. That's not how he does things.
Week 3, they're finally at home. Their home opener versus the Philadelphia Eagles, a division opponent here. Who do you got winning this one? This is a Monday night game. By the way,
the Philadelphia Eagles have zero idea who they are this year. Absolutely, the Cowboys come out and this is where they get their groove going. They go out and just stomp the Philadelphia Eagles this year. Um, the only player they really have left on that defense from the Super Bowl time is Fletcher Cox,
Yeah.
and Fletcher Cox can't play all over the field. So um, I think the Cowboys come out and just destroy them.
So I actually had the Cowboys winning this game as well. Like I said, I'm going to revert to the running game a lot on this one as well. Week number 4, there's at home again for the a string of 3 home games in a row here after being on the road the first 2 weeks. They welcome Carolina Panthers into town and fresh Sam Darnold as their quarterback. Who do you got winning this one?
This is literally a coin toss game for me, and it was, but I think the Cowboys are in the groove a little bit earlier, given the familiarity with Dak Prescott at quarterback. The Panthers are going to struggle a little bit early on in the season, finding their identity with Sam Darnold. So I think the Cowboys win this game. There again, we could have catastrophic injuries up to that point. However, at this point where we're looking way ahead,
Right.
give me the Cowboys in that game. I will throw my money on the Cowboys.
Yeah, this one's kind of a coin toss for me too because I'm kind of curious of where Christian McCaffrey is going to fit into the offense with not playing all of last year and Sam Darnold at the helm now and adding some depth to receiver. I'm kind of curious of like how they're going to utilize Christian McCaffrey. Are they going to utilize him like they did when he was healthy? All over the field. What he had like 30 or 40 touches a game, something ridiculous. But I think the Cowboys win this game, just because I'm not for sure Carolina is quite there yet in this part of the season. Now they will be toward the end. Like I anticipate Carolina making a good postseason run, so we'll talk about them coming up soon. Next up, Week 5, third home game in a row, second division opponent in 3 weeks. The New York Giants coming to town to take on the Dallas Cowboys. Who do you got?
So the Giants, I don't give a crap if they are the worst team in the NFL. Always play the Dallas Cowboys top.
Especially at Dallas.
But the thing is, absolutely. But the thing is I think this is Danny Dimes' coming out party this year. I think Danny Dimes takes them down in Dallas this year. The weapons that he has around him on offense, they do not have a terrible defense. Um, they are going to be, they are kind of my underdog dark horse pick to make the playoffs this year. Because I think Daniel Jones, as much as that pick was criticized when they made it, and I was one of them, I was like, what the hell are you doing? But I think this is the year Danny Dimes comes out and says, this is why they drafted me here. Give me the Giants in that game.
Yeah, I think. I mean, I never wish anybody injury by any means. Like that is the worst thing that anybody can do is wish somebody injury. Sorry about that. But the Saquon Barkley injury was a blessing in disguise for the New York Giants last season. They learned how to win some games without Saquon in there. Danny Dimes got to evolve as a quarterback without a solid running game behind them. So I think this is not only Daniel Jones' coming out party, this is the New York Giants coming out party. It would not surprise me if they run the table in the NFC East this season and make a deep playoff run. So give me the New York Football Giants versus Dallas in this Week 5 matchup. Week number 6, the Cowboys go on the road to Foxborough to take on the Patriots. Who do you got in this one?
I actually have the Patriots in this one, just because the Patriots are so tough.
Yeah.
I don't care who's at quarterback; they are tough to play at home. They are bringing back 7 starters off of a defense that did not play at all last year. They have 7 guys that are going to be 110% healthy. So give me the New England Patriots with a dominating defense. It's going to be a low scoring affair in that game, but give me the New England Patriots in that game.
Yeah, for some reason, I have this game circled on the Cowboys' schedule. Not because of what the Patriots were last year, but what the Patriots used to be. They got a new regime in there. They got Mac Jones at quarterback for the New England Patriots. Does he start by?
Cam Newton will still be starting.
Yeah, but actually, Week 6 is like I think is kind of that tipping point here because when Tom Brady came in, it was like Week 9 or Week 10. So, I mean,
But that's
granted,
because Drew Bledsoe got hurt.
right? Granted, it was because of injury and Drew Bledsoe was playing out of his mind. But Cam Newton last year, first 3 weeks of the season, MVP form, playing great, and then he tapered off after after that. So if Cam Newton starts to taper off, Mac Jones will probably be playing by week 6. But I'm taking the Patriots as well, not because of the offense, because of that defense. Like all the starters are back on defense besides Patrick Chung, obviously because he retired. So we will see how that goes. But I got the Patriots winning that game, and so I had the Cowboys going 3-3 into the bye week for week number 7, and then week number 8. Both the Vikings and the Cowboys are coming off bye week, so there's no advantage one way or the other. But the Cowboys are going to Minneapolis to take on the Vikings. Who do you got?
I get the Vikings in that one.
Wow.
Um, Kirk Cousins coming off of bye is actually a really good quarterback. So give me Kirk Cousins at home against the Cowboys. There's still a ton of weapons in Minnesota. Minnesota is one of the slept-on teams, and this is coming from a Packer fan. They are still one of the slept-on teams that are very, very, very good when Kirk Cousins is on. If Kirk Cousins is off, it's a completely different story. The problem with them is, and even last year, was their defense. If their defense can stop somebody, they are going to be right there. And at home, they're going to turn it up a notch. Coming off of bye, chances are if they had injuries, they will come back and they will play that game. So give me the Minnesota Vikings at home against Dallas Cowboys.
Tori, do you know how many primetime wins Kirk Cousins has in his career?
He is 1-8.
Yeah. This is a primetime game. This is a Sunday night game, the Cowboys versus the Vikings. This is an NBC 8 o'clock game here on the East Coast. For that fact right there, since it's the 8 o'clock game, primetime TV, give me the Dallas Cowboys every game, 9 times out of 10. Kirk Cousins, for some reason, cannot perform underneath pressure in those, quote, primetime games. Yes, primetime games are usually the best games, like versus like the best teams or like whatever, right? So I guess she has some type of fallback on that. But I'm taking the Cowboys on this one, and I think they win it pretty handily, probably 35-14, tie type of score. This is the week that we see Dak Prescott, former self. What we saw the first 3 weeks of 2020 season, the 400-500 yard games with 6 touchdowns each game. That is a Dak Prescott we're going to see this game. Moving on to week 9.
But did you cut your hair too close? Because I think you have brain damage from that one.
No,
that is not going to happen.
So you said it yourself, Kirk Cousins is 1-8 in primetime games. 16% winning percentage. Okay.
I think he beats the Dallas Cowboys though, because you know who the Minnesota Vikings have seen plenty of times, Mike McCarthy.
Okay, but they have not seen a Zach and or Dak and Zeke playing well. But week
Zeke is trash.
So is Aaron Rodgers. With that being said, week number 9, we had the Denver Broncos traveling to Dallas to take on the Cowboys. Who do you got?
Give me the Cowboys in that one. Again, the quarterback situation is completely unsettled. It's basically been mixed signals. It's like a really bad relationship in Denver. Drew Lock is like, I'm the guy, but Denver really never wants to commit to him. So they trade for Teddy Bridgewater and be like, no, we love you, but and now Teddy Bridgewater's there. So that is kind of the situation in Denver. You don't know who the heck the starting quarterback is going to be when it comes to Denver. Could it be Drew Lock? Could it be Teddy Bridgewater? We don't know. If it's Drew Lock, give me the Cowboys. If it's Teddy Bridgewater, flip a coin. But at this point, I give me the Cowboys because of Dak and the weapons that they have on that offense.
As the roster is currently constructed, I am taking the Dallas Cowboys in this game versus the Denver Broncos. But if the Denver Broncos get Aaron Rodgers, they will probably be 14 and 3 next season. So as the roster currently is construction, I'm taking the Dallas Cowboys. But if they get Aaron Rodgers, I'm taking Aaron Rodgers and the Broncos in this game, 100%. So I have them 5-3 right now going into week 10. Tori, what do you have them at?
I'm just looking at the overall rankings. I think I have them at like 2 and we're at week 6.
We're week 10. Catch up there, big guy.
Week 10. So I think I have them at 4-6.
Okay. So week 10, the Cowboys are back at home playing the Atlanta Falcons. Who you got?
I got the Falcons. I've said it before and I will say it again. The Falcons were a head coach away from being a playoff contender. And give the Atlanta Falcons with Matt Ryan at the helm, with Calvin Ridley, still with Julio Jones. This could change if Julio is traded after the June 1st deadline. However, with the roster currently constructed the way it is, with Julio, with Calvin Ridley, with Kyle Pitts, with Mike Davis as the running back, this isn't a team that people are sleeping on. Give me the Atlanta Falcons.
Give me the Dallas Cowboys in this game 100%. The Falcons don't travel very well. We saw that the last couple seasons, and I'm not sold that that they were a head coach away. They were a organizational head case away. I mean, ever since they lost that Super Bowl in the second half, they have been the worst second half team in all of football, and I think that
No, they've been the
this
worst
season.
fourth quarter. They've been the worst fourth quarter team,
Which is
and that's where I say they were a head coach away.
But only time will tell. But I am taking the Cowboys in this game, and then week 11, the Dallas Cowboys travel to Arrowhead Stadium to take on my Kansas City Chiefs. So I actually do have two teams. I am a passive Cowboys fan and a Chiefs fan. So, Tori, who do you got in this one in week 11?
Give me the Chiefs every day of the week on this one. As long as Patrick Mahomes is healthy and playing quarterback, give me the Chiefs all day long on this one. That defense is a young defense in Dallas. It is a rebuilding defense in Dallas, and they are going to get lit up a lot this year. So give me Kansas City and Pat Mahomes all day long against them.
Yeah, Kansas City Chiefs at home in November. Give me that Arrowhead pride. Give me the Kansas City Chiefs in this one every time. The Kansas City Chiefs don't lose in Arrowhead in the months of November and December. Just for whatever reason, the crowd is rocking. The team is clicking when they're at home, and the Chiefs are just a damn good team. Let's just face it, they are a damn good team. So I actually have the Chiefs winning this game, putting the Cowboys at 6-4 going into Week 12, where they welcome the Las Vegas Raiders into town. Not the nightclub Las Vegas Raiders, but the team Las Vegas Raiders. Tori, who do you got?
Give me the Raiders. I think the Raiders are one of those teams that are going to start out slow again this year and will come on as the year goes on. They have a actually really solid roster up and down. I don't think they're going to figure out who they are till about week 5 or 6. But give me the Las Vegas Raiders to beat the Dallas Cowboys.
So this is the Thanksgiving game. This is the afternoon Thanksgiving game, the 4:30 game here on the East Coast. And as of late, the Cowboys have just not playing very good on Thanksgiving. And I gotta know if it's the pressure to win, if it's just the fact that they have like 3 days off to prepare, because that Chiefs game is the 4:25 game on Sunday, and then they play the 4 o'clock game the 3 days after that. So, Tori, I think I got to go with you on this one. I've got to go with the Las Vegas Raiders. Usually on Thursday games, I don't pick the road team because the science behind everything tells me that the road team historically loses. But I think the Raiders this year, they make the playoffs. Like, I think they're a sneaky good team, and they're going to make some noise. Moving us into Week 13, the Cowboys travel to the Big Easy to take on the Saints. Who do you
Give me
got?
the Cowboys. Give me the Cowboys all day long.
Really?
Because if Jameis Winston is still at quarterback at that point, the Cowboys are going to get just run out of town. Jameis Winston is not a good quarterback and will make that Dallas defense look like they have 10 all pros on defense. Um, you know, what the last time Jameis Winston started, he threw 30 touchdowns with 30 interceptions. He could throw 6 in that game.
Yeah, so this is a Thursday night game, and everything that I just said, normally I don't pick the road team on Thursday games in general, but the Cowboys, they played last Thursday, so this in theory is a full week off. So give me the Dallas Cowboys here on this Thursday night game versus the Saints. I just think I think this last part of the season, the Cowboys click and make a good run here. So then we have the next game up. The Cowboys travel to DC to take on the football team. Who do you got?
Give me the football team. That defense is just ungodly in Washington. I think we're looking at maybe a top 10 defense of all time when it comes to the Washington football team here as they develop, as they gel. They are a young defense. They were excellent last year. They granted the NFC East was terrible from top to bottom last year. However, this is a defense that will get after the quarterback. They will destroy the quarterback. Ryan Fitzmagic, for whatever reason, seems to find a great season when he's with a team that is a complete underdog. Give me the Washington football team all day long.
Yeah, so the Cowboys and the football team play back-to-back weeks, and Tori, just so you know, when I say back-to-back weeks, that means they play 2 times in a 3 week span. I absolutely hate this. I am so against this. So I think there's 5 or 6 teams that play these back-to-back games, and you will hear me say it every time because it is totally asinine that they do this. They have 18 weeks to spread out these games, and they play back-to-back. And with that being said, everything that you said about the Washington football team, I think they are going to take steps back this season because they don't know who their quarterback is going to be. I think they are going to be playing that quarterback carousel, much like what Miami did last season. We're going to start with Fitz, and we're going to pull him out by week 6 and put in Henneke in there, and then we need a fourth quarter reliever. So Fitz is going to come in there, and I think that is going to hurt the mojo of the team 100%, and I think they're starting to crumble by this point. So give me the Cowboys in this game. So I had them 8-5 going into Week 15 when they travel to the Meadowlands to take on the Giants. Who do you got?
At the Meadowlands, there again, these teams like to split their series. I will take the Cowboys at this point. At this point, the Cowboys are going in desperation mode. The Giants are getting a little too comfortable with who they are. Give me the Cowboys in this game. This is where the Cowboys start to make a run towards the end of the season.
Yeah, see, everything that I said about the new New York Giants, they are going to take this division. They're going to make a deep run in the playoffs. I can never pick a division opponent to sweep, consistently in the NFL. But this year, I am going to pick a sweep. I am going to pick the New York Giants over the Dallas Cowboys in this Week 15 matchup, giving the Giants the 2-0 advantage here over the Cowboys this season. So Week 16, the Washington football team travels to Dallas to take on the Cowboys. Second verse, same as the first. Tori, do the football team win again for you?
Nope. There again, I'm going with the split. And I'm actually going opposite of where the home team should win. I'm going to where the road team wins each of these games. So I think the Washington football team takes care of business of the Dallas Cowboys at this point and kind of seals up the division for them.
And I'm picking the Dallas Cowboys in this one. They're kind of in that must-win situation, much like they were end of last season, where they had to win 2 of their last 3 games to make that playoff push. They didn't do that, obviously, and this year they're right on that bubble because after this win versus the football team, I had them 9-6 going into Week 17, where they welcome the Arizona Cardinals into town.
And I have them the exact opposite at 6-9.
So who you got winning this game?
I actually have the Cowboys winning this game. I think that still the Arizona Cardinals are an overrated team that has not completely learned how to win yet. And when you have a head coach like McCarthy, I'm not a fan of him. However, he knows how to play against teams. He smells blood in the water at this point. If he can knock somebody off, he's going to knock them off. He will pull out all the stops and he will take down the Arizona Cardinals.
Yeah, and I think the Cowboys are in the must-win mode. They have to win 2 of their last 3 games to get into the playoff and into a stout NFC matchup here. But the Cardinals are kind of in the same boat, and the Cardinals got their number last year. I think the Cardinals get them again this year. So I had the Cardinals going to Cowboy Stadium and beating the Cowboys again 2 years in a row. This is actually a Saturday matchup too. So the Cowboys historically don't play well on Saturday games. So I mean, if you are a history buff and think history repeats itself, I mean you gotta do what you gotta do. So the final week of the season, 17th game of the season, the first 17th game that we are picking here, Tori. The Cowboys travel to Philly to take on the Eagles. Who do you got in this one?
The Cowboys playing their third string. I mean, I don't care who the hell the Cowboys put on the field at that point. They are going to win this game.
Hmm.
Um, a a because they're not going to make the playoffs, but they are doing it for momentum. It's like I said, the Eagles do not know who the hell they are going to be or what they are going to be. So give me the Cowboys all day long as a momentum building win. They end winning 3 out of their last 4 to go in the next season.
Yeah, and I have them winning just one of their last four. I actually have the Eagles beating the Cowboys in this Week 18 matchup. Just for some reason, the last couple of years, the Cowboys had to beat the Eagles to make it into the playoffs. They haven't done that, and I think that trend continues. So I had the Eagles beating the Cowboys in this final Week 18 matchup, giving the Cowboys a 9-8 season or record on the season. There are no more 500 records anymore, so they are a game above 500. It is a winning season, but only time will tell if they get into the playoffs with that 9-8 record. What do you have the Cowboys setting at?
I have them set an 8-9 record in a 17 game season.
Yeah.
I have them at 8-9 this next year. I do not think that McCarthy is the right head coach for that team. So for me, there again, he's predictable. Give me an 8-9 season for the Dallas Cowboys and McCarthy to be fired at the end of that season.